Hello everyone, welcome behind the scenes of the Van Gogh Museum. I am Izanna and I'm the assistant curator of the Van Gogh Museum. And today I'm going to show you this scrapbook of Vincent and Theo van Gogh, van Gogh. Because we know a lot about Vincent's artworks and his life, but what most people don't know is that he was also a collector of art, and he collected paintings and drawings and prints, Japanese prints, and also reproductions of paintings he admired. And that is what we'll see in this scrapbook, so let's have a look. And here it says, collected by Vincent van Gogh in the Paris period, May 1875, 76. So that was before he started as an artist. And he lived in Paris, and he worked for an international art dealer, Gogh. And Gogh didn't only trade paintings, but also publish reproductions of paintings. And that's what we'll see here, for example. And Vincent had a small room in Montmartre that he completely filled with those prints. I'm not wearing gloves because it's paper, so I don't have to. But I have to be very careful, though. And this is a print by Jacques. And Jacques was a less known painter of the Barbizon school. And the Barbizon school were painters, landscape painters, that painted their own personal impressions of nature. And Vincent loved the way they did. And this one is also by Jacques. And of this one we know the original painting as well. In the 19th century, people traveled much less than now. So they didn't get a chance to see their favorite artworks in real life. So they bought reproductions of it. For example, this one. And Vincent bought these and sent it to his little brother Theo, and he probably stuck them in this book. And this one is by Rousseau, and Vincent loved the way Rousseau painted trees. It's a reproduction after a painting by Rousseau, and Vincent was inspired by the lively way Rousseau painted trees. And here you can see that almost all the prints are of nature and animals. So here you can already see the Vincent love for nature. And he didn't only admire the reproductions, but he also used it as study materials. So he looked very closely to the prints, to the technique and the atmosphere and the way how the artist visualized nature. And this one is by Jan van Gogh. And Jan van Gogh was a 17th century painter from the Netherlands. So this is a 19th century reproduction. So Vincent not only collected 19th century prints, but also 19th century prints of 17th century paintings. And this one is by Daubigny. And Daubigny was one of the most famous painters of the Barbizon school, and Vincent, one of the favorite painters of Vincent. Vincent loved the way he represented nature and how he represented the quietness of the country life. And he also was inspired by this wide panorama format, and he used that in his one of his last works, Landscape at Twilight. So from the beginning to the end of his artist career, Vincent was inspired by these reproductions. This one is a lithograph after a work by Joseph Israels, the 19th century Dutch painter. And it's funny because Vincent made a drawing of this artwork as well, and that was one of the first artworks we know of Vincent. Have the most important sources of inspiration for Vincent van Gogh, and it's interesting that in the same way people now are inspired by Vincent, in the same way that he was inspired by these reproductions. And so I hope you like this live stream, and thanks for watching.